the dough. Speak the time, you give the flow. Tell the truth if it's sweet or sour, cause the hour we spitting that fire.
Hey everyone, this is Spitting Fire coming to you with another one. Make sure you are over the age of 18 when you listen to my videos. Make sure you do not allow anyone under the age of 18 to listen to the videos. Make sure you read the disclaimer in the description below. Okay? Alright, and if you want to support the videos that I drop, make sure you check the description. You can find one of my cash apps there. You can donate to either Muting is Bullying or Spitting Fire. Both of them are under the cash app, under the names that I have just mentioned. It is greatly appreciated, okay? And after the videos, if you like it, make sure you hit the thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. And make sure you hit the subscribe button and maybe hit the notification bell so you will know when I'm uploading a new video. Okay, so we're going to be talking about Bill Cosby, okay? Because I haven't given him a lot of hoorah lately, and I'm definitely going to do that because we're going to be talking about him. We knew that a couple months ago he won his appeal because he did not have a fair trial, which a lot of black men are not having a fair trial with the Me Too Times Up enemy R. Kelly movements. We know that these are probably the issues that we have with the candidate, the vice president candidate, Kamala Harris. Okay, so let's get started, shall we? Let's go. Okay, this is Celebrity Insider, and this is by Bridget Hill. All right, and it says Bill Cosby legal team claims trial was unfair due to ancient allegations that normally would be permitted. Okay, and this is August the 13th. Okay, so let's get into this. Okay, because these are one of the things that we have been talking about for a long time. It's so funny how the world is like a year behind me. You know, I feel like the world is like a year and a half behind Spitting Fire. I really do. Because I feel like, damn, didn't I just say this shit over last year? Maybe it was too new and people couldn't see it right then. And now they starting to see stuff. Because it doesn't seem like that the Me Too has the powers that they had. I don't know, but let's see. Because I don't like the fact that political candidates get into these movements other than it be about race. When it's about women versus men and all this and that, I don't think that, because you got to understand, you are the president or vice president for women and men. So to pick one side or the other, nah, I don't know. But here's Bill Cosby here. And we know during Bill Cosby trial that the Me Too movement was outside picketing. That wasn't the place for that, okay? That wasn't the place for people to say, we believe women and women, we're going to ridicule you. You know, that was not the place for that. You know what I mean? It wasn't the place. But unfortunately, that's how people come together and they rally and they do things like that. But it's unlike rallying for something that you are not certain of, only because you want to believe one gender over the other. And that's some of the problems that we have in this country because women lie too. Women are, you know what I'm saying, predators too. So just to believe women, that I have a problem with that slogan. I don't even understand, even if I was in part of the women's liberation movement, I don't even understand who didn't tell them, hell no, that's biased as hell. But being biased seems like it's the okay thing to be. But in the law of the land, we supposed to be equal. We supposed to be. It's bad enough the race is a situation, but now we have gender situation. Then we have culturally gender differences. This stuff is just crazy what these women liberation movements are doing. So I am glad that Mr. Cosby a couple months ago won his appeal because that was false. You know what I mean? Race played a part of it. The movements play a part of it and everything. That wasn't the place for the Me Too movement. That was the place that, okay, the movement bring awareness to situations. And once you bring awareness to situations, okay, then once you bring awareness to situations, then you let the courts handle it and let the people decide. But you don't be out there rallying it at somebody's trial because you don't know if they are innocent or guilty. You don't know this. You can do it in support. You know what I mean? But that don't mean you come at him as just he just guilty. And the man could be evenly not guilty. Then what? You know what I mean? That these movements. I'm just not a big fan of these movements. So it says Okay, HNHH. Okay, so these are different people. Now, Spitfire did not investigate this stuff. Okay, so I'm only going by articles that are already out here. Okay, and these are of their work. Okay, so I like to give credit where credit is due. Like I told you, this is by Celebrity Insider, and it's by Bridget Hill for today. Okay, so I'm not going to take credit for anything. I believe in giving people the credit that they deserve. If you want to go back and read this article on your own, I will definitely put the link in the description. If it's not in the description, it will be in the first thread pinned, okay? And you can always click and read the article for yourself at a later date, all right? So let me read it to you. Hot New Hip Hop says Bill Cosby is still trying to get out of prison after he was convicted of drugging and assaulting Andrea Constand in 2004. The comedian has recently filed an appeal in the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania. As most know, Cosby has been fighting to get out of prison ever since he was put away. The former comedian has used a number of defenses, including idea that he's a political prisoner amid the hashtag MeToo movement, as well as the coronavirus pandemic. Okay, so I'm right here. Second paragraph. Bill and his team previously came out and said he was at risk of dying behind bars on account of the virus, which was reportedly run through the prison system at the time. The tactic worked out for Tekashi 69, who reportedly has asthma. Page Six was the first to report that Bill and his lawyers filed an appeal on Tuesday on the 11th of August, claiming the trial was unfair due to the decades of old allegations that normally wouldn't be allowed in a court of law. And that is true. That is true. Because if these things were out of the statute of limitations, it shouldn't have been here. That during that time we had statute of limitations, and these women could have brought charges. Being ashamed and being scared is no defense. Okay, I'm tired. I'm sorry. It's none. It's not. I'm tired of that because if ignorance of the law is not an excuse, shame is not an excuse either. Okay. Mr. Cosby and his legal team have argued that the jury and the judge were prejudiced against him on account of the testimony of victims who normally wouldn't be allowed to testify given normal circumstances. Claims were made from women regarding Bill's behavior involving quaaludes and sexual promiscuity. Okay. Let me see if it's down here. I guess this is an Instagram or something profile or whatever. Okay. And this was a lovely thing. This was a lovely view. A black, upper middle class family. This is what it was. And it was good to have a family like that as opposed to all us getting killed and thugging and ganging in the streets, showing us in a lighter light, okay? Thus far, Bill Cosby has served 2 years in his sentence, as was reported multiple outlets that a court and jury had already deemed Mr. Cosby as a sexual violent predator when he tried to get out the last time. Cosby has found friends in high places. However, there are a large group of people on the internet who aren't convinced Cosby is really guilty. There are a large group of people on the internet who aren't convinced Cosby is really guilty. They're not convinced he is really guilty. They know that there's people on the internet for Cosby that's not really guilty. They're not convinced he's really guilty. For instance, Snoop Dogg came out in support of Bill Cosby on a number of occasions on his social media accounts. See what I'm saying? But we over here that was on the R. Kelly side can't even get it together. You know what I mean? Can't get it together, but Bill Cosby people came and got it together because they got a big name that's for Snoop Dogg. They're not convinced that he's really guilty. And Celebrity Insider said it. They ain't one side. They starting not to be one-sided so much with Bill. But they still one-sided when it comes to R. Kelly. And he only has 6, and it's supposed to be 150 or so with Bill or whatever. If this article is not for those who are R. Kelly bloggers and supposed to know R. Kelly and we in support Chicago and all this and that, this right here, this last paragraph, should got your attention. It should have gotten your attention to stop the foolery and the buffoonery. the back and forth, and come together. Not come together like we got to blog together, but just put out content. You don't have to call each other names. You don't even have to recognize each other. They got it together. Let me read that one more time. Cosby has found friends in high places. However, there are a large group of people on the internet who aren't convinced Bill is really guilty. For instance, Snoop Dogg came out to support Bill on a number of occasions on his social media accounts. I read that paragraph to you twice. You know what I'm saying? Twice. And this is the one that really got me. This is right here in black. There are a large group of people on the internet who aren't convinced Bill is really guilty. They don't even know we exist, probably. They don't even know we exist. We can't even come together to let them know we for him. Because we can't stop fighting each other. Or not only we can't fight each other, there's hidden agendas around us over here with that support R. Kelly. I support Bill Cosby too. I'm on both teams. But on this team, on the Kel's team, there's so many hidden agendas. There are people who know everybody, and you trying to figure out why you know everybody and why you friends with somebody that's doing this, and there's so much hidden agendas over here. But they got theirs together. They know what side they on, whose side they on. They all together. There are large groups of people, large, and they made it. There's a large group of people who said they think he is not guilty. Why they can't do that for Kells? Oh, because Kells got people setting them up. People pretending to be friends, setting them up, knowing the people that's setting them up, all this kind of shit. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. But let's move along. I digress. Bill's #MeToo scandal occurred just a few years before the movement finally popped off following a viral performance from the comedian Hannibal in which the comic poked fun of Star's sexual assault lawsuits. Okay. So these are what it's about. You can read more about it. Like I said, I was going to put this in here or whatever. What do you guys think? Let me tell you something. First of all, I'm going to ask you, what do you think about this Bill Cosby situation? Do you think Bill Cosby will get, well, I hope he lives long enough to come home and live his life, the duration of his life. You know what I mean? Because he should not have been incarcerated on old allegations. There was no evidence whatsoever. Okay? And they shouldn't be bringing up old stuff. They double jeopardy and all this and that. If people could do this on the other side, this will be good. This will be great. You know what I mean? This will be great. It's sad. I just feel so sorry. I'm glad for Bill. If we can save Bill, I'm gonna be so ecstatic and so happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying for Kels. I feel so bad because the man is just being set up day after day. But Bill, you know what I'm saying? Your people, the people who support you, they coming together. You know what I mean? They sticking together. There's no hidden agendas. They're not siding and colliding and merging with people who are not. They focus one way. And that's the way you're supposed to be when you focus on somebody. It's never supposed to be confusing. Anytime you are for a movement and you're for a cause and you're supporting a person, it's supposed to be, you hear me saying it all the time. I can't get into that. I got to stay focused. It's supposed to be one way. No people are supposed to ask questions about who is on what side and why is this happening, why is that. Nobody's supposed to be confused. If you're supporting someone, there should never be any confusion. Never. Everyone's supposed to know who you support, hands down. Hands down. And there's not supposed to be a mixture in your crowd that says otherwise. That's just my take. No shots. Okay? No shots at nobody, no shade at nobody. It's just real talk. When you are solid for real, it's one way, like the bowling ball. It goes one direction. When it goes off to the side, you don't hit no pins. When you goes off too far, too on the side a little bit, you hit a few, but then a few standing. And if it keeps going that way, you're not going to knock down all your pins to see a clear path. You understand? To see what's open. You got to knock down all the pins, or you can pick up the spare so you can see. But it's never ever confusing. It's not a spare or a strike when some pins are left standing. So, in other words, what I'm telling you is, if anybody have doubts to know, like, why is this happening? Why are they doing this? Why they're talking to them? Why they're over here? Why when your people are in doubt, it's never going to flow. When the setup is real, it's never going to flow. You know what I mean? Even with Donnie Boy, when I did the video on Donnie Boy, these are the things that people's like, oh, he set up R. Kelly, he set up that. If you really pay attention to things, I'm just telling y'all to pay attention. I have no reason to do anything or say anything different. And it's not towards anybody because I don't talk to nobody. However, reading what the charges are, what was said in those charges, what was done, where it was done at, who would have knew, all of this, it doesn't add up, people. Just like I said in Donnie Boy video, it doesn't add up. But Bill Cosby, ain't none of that happening over here. And slowly but surely, there's progress is starting to be made. Because people are coming together. You know what I mean? People are coming together. There's nobody infiltrating over there on Cosby thing. There's no setups over here. It's either they believe this and they believe that, and then whoever gets the most support, that's how it's going to flow. That's how it's going to flow. That's how it's supposed to be. That's why I told you guys I'm not picking sides or another when I had to get out of things. But, I hope you R. Kelly supporters can get it together. I really do. I'm still behind you 100%. I still think it's innocent or whatever. But you R. Kelly bloggers, I really do. I really pray for you guys. I really do. I really pray that you understand some things. Okay? But it's not longer, and I'm quite sure they don't have to lie on no one. They don't have to do all this. This is work. This is progress. You Celebrity Insider ain't said nothing good about Kels. TMZ nothing, but they're starting to turn. I so pray for you, Kels. I so pray for you because people are sending you up the river and setting you up all in these YouTube streets and all out here in witness tampering and FBI corruption and it's just ugly. People admitting they doing it. People admitting they setting you up. Nobody give a damn. This shit is crazy. And I think, but if I can't say both, if we can't save both, at least we can save one. And Spitting Fire has been advocate for Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. I've been in Bill Cosby chats a lot. I spend a lot of time over there, especially when I take breaks. I spend a lot of time over there because I have to. R. Kelly's side was so intense that I will have to take breaks, and I will be over and over with the Bill Cosby side and in the chat room and chatting for Bill and everything like that. And them people know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They exactly know what they're doing. And that's a good thing. And like I said, I'm all for it. If I can save Bill, then hell, I take save Bill. But Kels, it's gonna take a lot of prayer. It's gonna take a lot of prayer because People have just joined the bandwagon to set you up. I mean, they have just, ooh, ooh, kills, kills. But this is about Bill Cosby. So I'm going to stick to Bill Cosby, but I just see two black men that's going through the same thing near the same time, and I just see two groups, and one is orchestrated and one is infiltrated. That's all I see. So, if you want to read this some more, make sure you click the link. Like I told you, it'll be in the description or on the top thread. Thank you guys for listening to Spit and Fire. I'm Igor Jackson.